My name is Favor Chiboguchika Okafor. I am a Nigerian trained chemical engineer and a US trained biomedical engineer. Currently, I'm undertaking a course in non-profit management from the University of Texas at Austin because I am running two charitable non-governmental non-profit organizations, of which one of them is what we're about to talk about here today, Greater Favor Foundation, who has the project of developing an educational platform in the form of app to help Nigerian children who have one problem or the other, financial or otherwise, to continue studying so that they are educated.
My name is Adeoye Munisade Omolade. I'm the coordinator for GFF, popularly known as Greater Favor Foundation online educational app. I am a master's degree holder, a professional and a licensed teacher who has taught in several Nigerian, British and American schools for more than 10 years now. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Amaka Mbewu and I am a teacher and educator. I've been teaching for 13 years and I help students prepare for professional examinations, and I am a contributor for the Greater Favor Educational Learning app.
Well, before now, I've always been saddled with the challenge or the problem of education not being given to every child in Nigeria. And then with the COVID-19 that overwhelmed the whole world in 2020, statistically, UNESCO said that Nigeria, the level of dropout for Nigerian children is about 10.3 million. Before COVID, now you can assume that it's over 10.3 million. Now, again, one wonders what is the impact of this? Education is something we can never undermine. Education is very important. It's the basic gift that can be given to a child. So, for me, I want every child to have access to that. When you are trained, it helps to remove complex. It helps to remove a lot of vulnerable attitude and being susceptible to vulnerability. If a child is trained, he has more opportunity to be somebody in life, to be successful. Many children, due to lack of money, they are not trained. They did not go to school. So the app is going to bridge that gap. It's coming to help bridge the gap. Bullying and a sort of peer pressure and a lot of things that happen in the classroom also is another challenge that most children shy away from going to school. This app is also going to help those that have that challenge. And on the app, it's built to help them study and go to different levels of school. Like from primary to secondary, secondary to university, you keep on studying there. Taking exams is done class by class using Nigerian syllabus with Lagos State scheme in mind. We use Lagos State scheme. That's why I don't think there's anything that has happened that could have been better. Greater Favor app, I believe, is come at the right time. And again, in Nigeria, secondary school is the height of education that is allowed for anybody to run on a platform of Nigerian presidency. I'm not running is because of a choice. I'm not that I'm disadvantaged. But there are people in Nigeria today that can never smell it already because they were not educated. So I want every child in this country to have opportunity to lead in this country as a president or any position. With this in mind, it will make leverage everything inequity or equality that we have in this country based on that alone. In as much as that all fingers are not equal, but education puts you on a position to do anything in life. It changes you. So that's why, rather than give a child fish to be eaten, give her education, him or her education. For everybody, not just a girl child. Everybody getting educated, everybody sees the same thing, knows the same knowledge, and that's fine.
My driving force has been charity. Like when I heard about GFF app and I saw the vision behind it, I knew that this vision can only be driven by God Himself. So it is God that actually puts this vision in the heart of my CEO, Engineer Fable. So, having known that, I buy into it. Be like, oh, this is a great vision because it's going to actually help a lot of less privileged children to have access to free and quality education. So that actually motivated me to encourage my other learned colleagues that let's buy into this, because I told them, and I quote myself then, that this is a way of contributing our quota back to the society, as in giving back to society a little bit of what we have acquired intellectually, so that they too can be a better part of the society. At least with this, we can be able to reduce hooligans, those people that are not educated, that they'll be doing area boys and all that. If their mind is actually occupied and they are informed about education, I feel Nigeria will be a better place for even the rich people to live in. Because if the rich are educated and some are not educated, they will end up maybe going to harm robbery. They will make life difficult for those people that are even educated. So, but if it's education for all, then the world will be a better place. Because I'm also a product of free education at certain points of my life. So I knew how helpful that was for my parents that time. So that was the reason why I buy into it. Thank you.
Okay. I bought into this project because of the vision. The vision behind the project is so that every Nigerian child can access quality education no matter what. So the vision behind this project actually made me be a part of it. So the vision basically is to bridge the gap between those children who can access education and those who can't. Maybe because of affordability or whatever reason. So that actually is the reason why I bought into the project.
Thank you for your question. That's a very good question. You know what? If I tell you I didn't see that challenge at the onset, then I'll be a liar. I didn't call it a problem, a challenge. Yeah, I thank God I'm an engineer, built to solve problems. So you might say, years back in 2001 or thereabout, when MTN came as the first telecom operator in Nigeria, how many people had phones? I couldn't even imagine if old people in the village they will use today. Many villages in Nigeria, phones, telecommunications and phones are now there. Many elderly people, they have phones. Most parents and adults, they have phones. Children, who are they? Children are minors who live with adults. Secondary schools are no longer, some of them are no longer minors, some are still minors. At any point in time, a child is dependent. All the dependent students, pupils and dependent students, they have parents, guardians and co who have phones and tablets. That's one. And many children, they also have. Statistics are there, go and check. However, we know that most people don't have. And that's why I took that bold step to do what first? To first and foremost start without crying for help for anything. My personal savings, I put down, step down to put this project to the point where it is, so that people will know that this is not a play and it's not built to defraud, but for a very strict passion of someone who wants others to succeed. And in this case, children who are the future leaders. Don't forget. What are we talking about? At my level, I'm giving back to the society in this way. Many of us are ready to give back to the society. They don't know how to. This is one genuine way of doing so. I don't think people will regret coming to partner and collaborate telecommunication industries and companies, corporate organizations, and high net worth individuals. Even you listening to me and watching these videos, every dime, every penny, every kobo it makes the difference in a child, especially in poor countries or third world countries such as ours. We need to educate a child. If you educate a child, you've educated him or her into a better management of the future and the organization and the country, even the society. Like the last speaker, the coordinator Monisa, they said, you won't have your peace even if you have the education around you. There are people. Who are these hoodlums? I'm not sure they are professional doctors, professional carpenters, professional teachers, professional weavers. They are not them. They are just people who lacked training, education and everything. So, having seen the challenge from the beginning, we are sure that it will be surmounted, because the greatest challenge also was the finance to do this project. I did not sit down. I began at every point. I am doing and doing, and at that point also we cross the border, because as an engineer we don't just solve problem, we also do something for the future. I cannot just be doing excuse me, something that will be for now. The phone that were brought to us 2 decades ago, see where we are today. They had the vision of today then. So my vision is to reduce, if possible, the rate of dropout to 0 in Nigeria and make everybody educated, even adults who left school, dropped out of school as children, can go back and learn freely, and home studies and homeworks will be made easier in Nigeria, having done this project with Nigerian syllabus. So tablets and phones, although a challenge, but it will be surmounted very effectively at the right time.
Okay, my thoughts and my opinion, like I said earlier, about the app is that it's a great vision and I love it so much. And that was why I buy into it, because it's work along with what I love to do as in charity. And then, like I said, the vision is directly from God. God just used my engineer, my CEO, to like drive it and then bring it to us here. So it's a great vision. I loved it, and that is why I'm putting in my best to see that this vision actually worked out. So I loved it. Thank you.
About the GFF Learning app, I think it's a great initiative. Now picture this. Imagine someone who has dropped out of school going on the Learning app to continue his or her education at no cost at all. It is a welcome initiative, and I think is going to help the Nigerian child who could not see himself or herself acquiring education. The Nigerian child will be able to go on that app, acquire education, finish it, write examination, and be a better version of himself.
My experiences are such that at each time I made sure I'm learning from each of them. They were not all good, but I thank God in all. When I started, I found that the first thing I needed were the teachers after the developer. So I began to look for how to get them. I'm not an educator. I'm just an author, a published author. I write, I'm a writer, a speaker, published author. So, but I'm not an educator. So I am not qualified, but I went through school and love teaching. So it helps me. So I began to canvas and look for, and then tell them, share my dream, share my passion with every teacher I come across. And like that, most of them came, some left. I won't lie to you. There was a time, the first time I called about 20 something. At some point they dropped to 17, dropped to 14, finally 5 or 6. You can imagine that kind of morale. So, but I thank God, I went back to another zone, and also at the point I left entirely Lagos, I went to another zone, another state to look for teachers whom we gave the Lagos State scheme to now give us the material in that form. So it has been very, very honestly, I thank God, honestly, it's humbling. I thank God because I'm somebody who by my training, I could do a lot of things, but in this one, I lack the expertise. I am not the driver. Someone else is driving the vehicle I am supposed to be using to go for an important thing that I have a target and whatever. So you see God using it to remold my life in a different way. At every point, I am a regular student in life. Even I just came back from formal education in physical school 2018. Right now I'm still studying because I said doctrina continuum in Latin, meaning education is continuous.
My experience has been very wonderful, but challenging. I'll say challenging because to get quality, qualified teacher, quote unquote, is not an easy task. Like I said, I was a teacher and I am still a teacher. To get teachers dedicate their time to give material online for this app has not been a very easy one. But like I said, it's God that is a driving force of this vision. So with God on our side, we're able to get teachers. Because why I said it's challenging is because the teachers have to create content, set questions that will match 21st century teaching and learning on that app. So, and I know, having taught with such, let me say, kind of thing, let me say, I knew that it's a very tasking thing to do. It's very, very tasking. So, with God on our side, we're able to get them to create content, learning and teaching material that will match 21st century teaching and learning. So it has not been easy. It has not been easy. I won't say it's easy, but with God, all things are possible. So we are there. And I believe that we're getting there and we will be there by His grace.
Okay, my experience, it has been interesting and challenging. Interesting in the sense that I believe in the vision. Then challenging in the sense that, you have to create materials and content in such a way that anybody who interacts with the content would learn. You don't have a physical teacher teaching you on the app. So you have to redesign the content in such a way that it will suit self-learning. So that has been the challenge, but it's been interesting and we've been there because I believe in the vision.
Well, this app, I began the work on it in October 2020. So we're looking at to do pilot by next month, May. So have some students use it and then see, and then allow some audience to use it, especially students, so that we get their feedback and then do a few things, and then maybe afterwards, subsequently, it will be ready for the public. I want them to know that the prayers they have been praying for before, their cry has eventually reached heaven, and the solution they sought and hoped for is come. That they should not fail to use that opportunity, to seize the opportunity, to learn on Greater Favor app, to improve themselves and to better their lives. Greater Favor app is another form of adult education in disguise. Even though they are not my target, but it is adult education in disguise, where an adult will not be taking the shame of going back to school physically, and even in the tightness of time and schedules, will now go back and study there, take exams and move on and continue. If it goes through primary and secondary, can take WAEC, physically register and take it. Yes, it's possible. The way it's designed, you can now eventually do that. So for me, I want to believe that the beneficiaries that is meant for the Nigerian children that are having one form of problem or the other, either due to sickness or some health challenges. They could not follow their mates in school. They lost some part and they're feeling shy going back. At times somebody might be sick and lost 2 years or 1 year or so, or financial. So many things can make somebody to drop out. Whatever made you to drop out, I want you to know that you are now on course. Go back to school. That's what Greater Favor app is telling all of you Nigerian children.
My comment for them is they should just go to the app with free mind. They should take the app very serious when they go there to learn, as if they are in a physical class. Because some people may say, oh, since it's free and they want to just do anyhow. No, they should just go there to learn, and then learn, so that if they go outside to go and write an external examination, they can actually pass. And then I'm also telling them that they should expect the best from GFF app. As in, we're going to be giving them content that whenever they go and learn, they can compete anywhere around the world for any exams, and they are sure of being passed, provided they are serious with their learning on that app. Thank you.
Okay. I want to encourage anybody who would go on the GFF app to learn to be consistent, as you would in a normal school. Look at it as a normal classroom. Do the learning, set your timing, stick to the timing, do your learning, do your assignment, and I bet you will get the best experience from that app. Thank you.
First and foremost, I want to thank the teachers, the brain behind that, because without them, there wouldn't have been Greater Favor app. I also want to thank the users, the beneficiaries, and clients and other people who want to look at what we've done, who will give us their opinion candid, who will condemn or approve of it. We are looking forward to receive your comments. In no order, just tell us what you feel. It is for us to improve. Finally, the ultimate is my Baba God. I don't know how to express my appreciation to him, because I will not tell you that I dreamt of this. I just came back from America in 2019, having done my biomedical engineering. I was looking forward to going to the Lagos University Teaching Hospital, LUF, where my career is, in Lagos, UNILAG, University of Lagos, Department of Lagos University Teaching Hospital, LUF, to continue my research work on biomedical engineering with regards to cancer drugs and administration of cancer drugs directly to the disease, and other research work, and maybe pick up a teaching profession. Fortunately, I found myself after COVID in this, and I believe it is God who made it possible. I give him all the glory. I have no regrets. And then finally, I want to appreciate the Photogenics Studio for giving us the opportunity to use their studio to express our feelings and speak about our project, the Greater Favor app. They are new studio, photography and videography studio in a very good environment of Ikoyi in Bordelon Road. I want the viewers to patronize them. They have the state-of-the-art equipment, they have personnel, they have the ambience, the ambient environment to make you comfortable. We want you to come, young mothers, come with your babies, pregnant mothers, come with your bums, wedding people, come and do bridal shower, baby shower, corporate entities, we're waiting for you, executives. I'm gonna use my writing prowess to help those who need to be touched in some area of something about you, to speak about your profiling, to help you in that way. We're not just here for photography. We have photography, but we're bringing it to you with some touch and difference. Yes, I am expecting you. Do not forget, yes, Photogenic Studio is also about